important part of the process is authorization from Parliament, which implies that we as a people have authorized our government to borrow on our behalf to undertake activities that will kneel to the benefit of the generality of the people of Ghana. What it implies is that such borrowing should, be, should go through Parliament for parliamentary approval. The other reason is that after authorization and the government gets into borrowing, the application of the fund from time to time ought to be reported to the people of Ghana. That will show clear accountability to the people. Many at times at the end of the fiscal year, when the new budget is being read, there is a portion of the budget which focuses on debt management relating to the previous year. It seems that many people are not comfortable with the content of that part of the budget. Many are not clear in their mind which assets have been created as a result of the debt. Many are not clear in their mind which roads, which school building, health facilities, and other assets in the areas of energy, security that have been put in place as a result of such borrowing. So it seems people are not very happy about the level of accountability relating to for acquisition of debt. The reason is that there are many projects started by previous governments. Now, when new government come into being, they tend to stop the progress of those contribute to the socio-economic development of the country. And what implies is that we are just spending money which we do not have value for. We just spend money which do not actually create assets for us. Sometimes when another government comes to power, which started such project, then they will need to revalue those projects, go in for new loans to continue the project. This is a huge cost to the people of Ghana. And that is why, as part of the accountability of debt management, there should be a way by which, when new government come into power, there should be an appraisal of all projects being undertaken, because all the projects being undertaken in this country, one way or the other, support the socio-economic drive or development of one part of the country or the other. Therefore, there is no reason why, when a project is being undertaken through the acquisition of debt, some projects are abrogated, some projects are stopped in the name of political priority, which have actually gotten to completion point, but there is no utilization. Why? Because of political priority. And also hospital facilities and providing access to social services support in terms of shelter for our people. And I do not think that that is good for the forward march of this country. Another reason why discussing public debt is very important is because we need to acquire debt in a manner that actually focuses on prioritize. Another very important reason why, if we take the repayment cost of our debt in 20 to be around 14 billion Ghana cedis. And the interesting thing is that that 14 billion Ghana cedis is way above our commitment to capital expenditure. And capital expenditure is supposed to build the roads, the rail lines, build schools, build hospital facility, build energy projects, etc. Be far above all these things. Then it means that the economy is the budget, and for that matter, the debt component. There is a need to pay special attention because it's an important issue. It has legal implication because of the authorization. It has governance implication because of the accountability issues. It has proper utilization, efficient use of funds in terms of where and how we invest those funds or we finance projects in the country. Now, the next important thing is that we are told in the 2019 budget that our total debt as at the end of September 2018 was 170.8 billion Ghana cedis, which means our debt that we have accumulated over a period of 21 months or so is in the region of about 48 billion, and that is so huge, and we need to discuss it. And the interesting thing about the pronouncement made by the finance minister is that he indicated that as part of the 170 billion Ghana cedis, 9.9 billion Ghana cedis is actually acquired or was acquired to finance the banking sector development, in which about 7 banks were actually consolidated. 2 were actually consolidated to become part of the Ghana Commercial Bank, and 5 were consolidated into one bank they are calling Consolidated Bank. Now, the question is, what was the purpose of the 9.9 billion Ghana cedis for the banking sector? It is to protect depositors. Now, we were told that that bank was established with about 450 million Ghana cedis as the minimum capital. We have huge sum of money with consolidated bank, which is supposed to be protected by a 9.9 billion Ghana cedis, go to the bank and they cannot receive their monies. Some have as high as 180 million Ghana cedis, but they were only told that they could give them only 50,000 Ghana cedis. Some have about 10 million Ghana cedis in investment, but they were told that they could pay that money only within a period of 4 years. And some of them have their interest, which is actually a contract that they entered into with those banks, slashed from around 15% to 7.5%. And all this development shows that if this 9.9 billion Ghana cedis was actually available for this bank, there will not be the situation where individuals, businesses, and households go to the bank to take part of their money and they will not be given. And they will not be giving them schedule of payment over a period of time. So I think that the 9.9 billion Ghana cedis debt should be interrogated, and they should follow the rules that were outlined earlier on. Number 1, the authorization by Parliament. It is not clear whether it was earlier authorized by Parliament before it was reported in Parliament in the 2019 budget. It was also not clear that it is following the accountability requirement of debt management, why you will need to let the citizens know that this amount of money we borrow on your behalf to settle the banking sector problem is being disbursed in a manner that supports the banking sector. So as it is now, the Consolidated Bank is actually behaving as one of those banks which were in difficulties, and where the work that the 9.9 billion Ghana cedis is doing is having on other institutions, businesses, and individual households.